welcome to my kitchen, and another episode of the holidays are coming. Today we're going to make a recipe that I got a request for, and I got a request for this recipe today. And this is a recipe for Saltine Cracker Toffee. And this is kind of one of those weird gosh, I wonder how they make that, and I wonder why they make that. Well, they make it because it's delicious, and you can make this using very simple ingredients that you probably have in your kitchen and even your food storage right now. I always have saltine crackers on hand, so that's a given. I always have brown sugar, and I always have butter. Now, you're not going to be able to use butter powder for this, so don't even ask. You're going to have to use fresh butter. So, but in a food storage thing, if you wanted to make it, you could make your own butter from that shelf-stable cream that Gosner puts out. So, what we're going to do is we're going to start off by lining our baking sheet with aluminum foil, and then totally covering the bottom as much as you possibly can with saltine crackers. And just line them up nice and evenly like that. And then in my pot here, my saucepan, I have 2 cups of dark brown sugar and 2 sticks of butter. And what we're going to do is we're going to bring that over here to the stove. And we're going to melt this down and let it come to a bit of a simmer so that it becomes syrupy, like toffee. Okay? I have my oven preheated at 350 degrees because once we finish making this toffee part with the brown sugar and the butter, we're going to pour it on top of those saltine crackers. Then we're going to pop that pan into the oven for 5 minutes, and then we're going to take it out and we're going to cover it with chocolate, and we're going to sprinkle it with some almonds, and then we're going to put it in the fridge. So we're going to melt this down and turn it into a toffee syrup, and when that is ready, I'll come back and show you what it looks like. Okay, our brown sugar and butter mixture is just starting to simmer, and I also added 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract and 1 tablespoon of corn syrup. You can use corn syrup, cane syrup, brown rice syrup, anything that's like a syrup that is going to help this not crystallize. So that's what you want. You don't have to use just, like I said, a tablespoon is nothing. And when I buy Caro, I make sure to get the one that says on the label 0 high fructose corn syrup in it. Or I'll use cane syrup, which is what I use in here. So this is already brown sugar, so it's already molassesy flavor. So the cane syrup is the perfect answer if you don't want to use corn syrup. But for those of you who are conscious about that, I know corn syrup is still probably coming from commercially grown corn, but you know, sometimes we have to pick and choose, and I don't use that much corn syrup, and I don't use it on a regular basis, so sometimes we have to make those choices. And this is one of those times where you absolutely have to have something like that, otherwise your candy isn't going to come out right. Alright, this is good. Now, again, our oven is preheated to 350 degrees. We're going to bring this over here. Remember, it's hot, okay?
Yeah, don't stick your finger in.
Yeah. Hot sugar. Okay, water in that hot pan. Okay, you can gently try to spread this evenly. I wouldn't kill myself over it. There's probably going to be a couple little spots that just don't get any, but you know me, I'm probably going to try and make it so each little nook and cranny is going to be touched by that toffee. So trust me, this is going to be really yummy. Huh?
You make it.
I know. Alright. Now, we're going to pop this into the oven for 5 minutes. Okay? And it goes. We'll be back. This is ready to come out. Now be very careful because you've got a molten sugar here on your hands and you don't want to get it on your hands. Okay? Now you're going to have to let this cool for just a couple minutes before we move on. And when this is ready to go to the next step, I'll be right back. Okay, this has settled down just a bit. Now we're going to take a bag of mini chocolate chips, and this is a 12-ounce bag. I think that this is just a pretty common size. If you don't have mini chips, don't sweat it. Put the big ones on here. Still the same amount of chocolate, okay? Just spread them out. Walk away from it for a few minutes because the heat from the toffee is going to melt the chocolate chips. Then we're going to come back and we're going to take our offset spatula because this is the easiest way to spread the chocolate, okay? This is how I spread chocolate on my traditional toffee, which I have never made for you, which I plan on making for you in the next couple of days. I haven't made toffee in 2 years, I think, huh? But we'll come back when this is ready to spread, and then we'll spread it. We're going to sprinkle it with some almonds and put it in the fridge. This didn't take very long at all for this chocolate to start to get all melty and the perfect consistency to begin spreading. So I just started to spread, and then I told Rick not to walk away so fast. So he's still here.
Hey.
In any case, you can see there's enough residual heat coming off of the toffee itself that this chocolate doesn't need any help melting. It's going to do it with absolutely no problem. And I would like to, I'm going to have to look up the name of the person who asked me to make this for them. I have a friend that I used to work with. She worked with me up until April, I believe. I think that's about when she went off to a new position and another opportunity. But yeah, her mom, she used to bring me this every year, every now and then, at Christmas time, when her mom would make this. And this is just really, it's delicious. And if you don't want to mess with a traditional toffee recipe, this is really a good option for you. I'm going to just kind of, I know this is kind of awkward. I could turn this pan, I guess.
You're almost done.
I know I am, but it's an awkward,
Yeah.
it's an awkward position. Here, this is good. But my friend Melissa, her mom makes this, and this, the first time I ever had it was when her mom sent some to work with her, and it's different. I never heard of a Saltine Cracker Toffee before, and you know what? It just works. It's just one of those things. The crackers are crunchy, but they're not. The toffee is sweet and brown. You know, I always say it has that brown taste to it.
Salty.
It's really nice, and it's got the salt to it from the butter, and it's just got a really great combination going on there.
And were those salted crackers? Were those salted
Oh
crackers?
yeah, they're salted crackers. Now the only other thing I'm going to do is give this a generous sprinkle of some slivered almonds. The cats are playing.
Oh, Scotty's trying to jump up on the
Oh, is he? It's raining outside tonight, so you know they all decide to come in. They all want to sleep on the same place, so. And I got one who, as long as you have a box, he's a happy guy. And you know, someone should market those cat traps. They work like wonders. You know? All right, now we're going to put this in the fridge for about a half hour to an hour, and then we're going to come back and crack this up, because I always crack people up. So we're going to show you what this looks like when it's all done, when it comes out of the fridge. So we'll be back when that's ready. Okay, I'm here breaking this up, and it's going to be a little bit soft at first, so don't be alarmed, and you want to get the foil off of it, of course. This will firm up a bit as it cools. I mean, it's going to firm up even further. What do you think, honey?
Pretty good.
It is pretty good. It's one of those weird things. It just works. You can break it up into, just like the bark, break it up into pieces that is not too small but not too large, because, you know, you just want to bite. You don't want to like eat a ton of this because it's really, really rich. But it's really, really delicious, that's for sure. So, to the individual who requested that I show you how to make the Saltine Cracker Toffee, that's how I do it. There are lots of other videos and demonstrations of this particular recipe on YouTube and other recipes available online. This is pretty common. I know, like I said, I didn't know about it until just a few years ago, but there's lots of different ways to make this. And you can do your research, or you can just do it the way I showed you. It's pretty simple. So, Saltine Cracker Toffee, really easy, really delicious. I hope you try it. I hope you love it. Until next time, Merry Christmas.